Hey guys, it looks like it is another Tuesday night. Let me close this here. Pull up the. Yeah, it looks like my connection is good. Alright, we'll just do the regular volume test here. Let's do the regular volume test here. Alright, volume is good. Alright. So I got two versions of the engine open at the moment. It's a little bit heavy. Right now, I am. Anybody who has the original game and is watching this, they might know this map. This is the Dead Island map, which is the Battle Royale map on the marketplace. So it's a pretty big map. And again, last time I had done a lot of changes. So we'll be doing a lot of changes again. But there's a lot of different things now with the world partition, and 5.1 allows us to have nanite on all the trees and stuff. So just kind of trying to make sure that I got nanite on all these trees here to make my frame rate just a bit higher. I don't think it's the trees and stuff with the culling I have anyway, but just in case. Just there's a lot going on in the scene right now. So yeah, when I first opened this up, I was at like 15 frames. Now I'm up to 30 frames, so I doubled it. One of the things are like stumps and stuff like that. I took out the. I do have another version of Unreal open, to be fair, but I took out a lot of the shadows for stumps and like grass. I don't think we need shadows in the grass, especially when you have like this much grass. Like, you don't need dynamic shadows. Speaking of that, I think the grass looks a little kind of bland right now, probably because I have so much stuff up. I'm not too sure why that is. Maybe because I switched it to nanite meshes? I'm guessing because I switched it to nanite. Looks kind of not good. Not good. There's a lot of grass, and we probably cut back on some of it. Yeah, I think it's just because this is pretty blurry too. I think I've lost some of my quality just in general. Unreal automatically adapts when you have your computer's having a hard time. Okay, so for this, since I've done a bunch of stuff, I'm actually going to go back to selection mode, and I think there's a player start. There is fine there. I think I'm just gonna save all. Yep, save all. And that's probably gonna take a while, and that's why I have the second Unreal. So and that's where I'm was just still doing these changes. So we open this up here, so I can see my other Unreal in the background. See when it's done. Just going through, and we're gonna go right click here, shift right click, shift left click, just using different decals for example, and renaming stuff instead of leaking damage. This is just gonna be, it's not a static match, it's gonna be papers decal. That's it. Just papers, decal. And we're going to open it up. We do papers. And this is a bunch of triangles. We could look at it here. We could try to nanite it. Looks like there's no change, so we can save that. Looks good. Well, these are a bunch of papers. Okay. But yeah, just going through and kind of fixing stuff like that here. So this would be papers, decal, that would error obviously, so this would be 2 instead of B, because we could end up having like 100 papers that are on the floor. So we don't want to just, there's only 26 letters in the alphabet, so at some point that'll end, and then you won't get into double letters or something like that. It just gets confusing. So we're just going to use the number. When we open this up, we want to just use, actually go to this papers, shift right click to copy, shift left click to paste. And again, this is some amount of triangles, so we can nanite this. We can save this as well. And now that we know we just have papers up, we could get rid of that. And this is the boring stuff that I try to do off stream. Like I said, sometimes I just don't get any time off stream. So, it just like never ends up getting done, and I want to get it done quickly. I can't open up a third Unreal, or else I would show you. We did finally pick up a new kit, like instead of the survival RPG kit, and we're going to be using some of this kit to, well, it's not instead, I'm still going to be using different kits, fusing everything together. We have purchased them, we own them, and but this kit is going to be like more of a base, because it's finally, this is 192, I want to make sure when we hit, nothing really changes here. Okay, like the base animations and stuff is probably proper. That's one of the things that we had problems with. Survival game kit doesn't really have any base animations, so the base character, how you move around and stuff, isn't really that great. And that was like one of the complaints when I first released the game, was the movement and everything like that. Another one was they wanted like aim down sights and stuff, so we got some of that stuff there with this one. I don't think this one has like the ejections rounds, but I do have that in another pack, and I could like work that in. Four was already opened, so we're opening 5 here. Shift clicking, enabling nanite as we look at it, see if there's any changes. That's good. And ooh. Okay. Just looking over at the server, and I just dropped frames for a sec for you guys, but then it popped back up, so I guess it's just an again internet thing with weather. We're into our rainy season over here, so yeah, once I get all this done and transferred over, and I kill all the meshes here, I should be able to start to be able to migrate this pack over. And be able to migrate this pack all over the place. I'll probably save this pack as a backup, like I said, because it's a great base. And I think last time on Sunday we finally got a lot of the lobby stuff kind of figured out. Yeah, that's what we were working on. Lobby stuff. Let me see. Find home. Levels. Lobby. So this lobby will be the main game. Instead of having like this gray room, that's why it's still this green room. It'll be, you know what I mean, something like this. Massive. And it will be very, like, I have to do a lot of optimizations and stuff like that, obviously, to have such a big map as the lobby, you know, load in. And then when you're obviously loading in, you would hit tab and maybe queue for a match with your friends or something. So we're fixing the game state blueprint, I guess. Maybe I was fixing that off stream? Hope not. Alright, so we just want to make sure our lobby is good to go. I think I'll still be bringing over the advanced locomotion system. I just won't be doing many edits with it. If I do, I'll just be using whatever the standard stuff is, so I won't have to change too much stuff. Alright, connected player. This should be Foxtrot. All right, yeah, so our menus weren't doing anything. It was like the menu actually wasn't really spawning or anything like that. And I think that was due to our players not really, using the old connected players, so it never really known. So we're gonna have to do a new for each loop here. Bring this up, bring this down. Oh. For each loop with break. So you actually delete this guy. And we want to loop this guy back into here. Delete that. Delete that. And I found sometimes, because it's a weird, whenever you're looping back, sometimes it gets confused in the direction because it's just not used to or meant to kind of go backwards. Usually blueprints are just meant to kind of go forwards. That you get some weird errors. So I tend to just replace those instead of trying to. So we're going to go here. On completed, we're going to go here. And so we're going to predict connected player. And break info. And we're going to swap the status in there. Because, yeah, when we opened up the menu, we didn't have our host there. None of the things were being edited. So, we'll try again. Network. See, like, none of this stuff is actually kind of popping up. It's just doing one, eh? Oops. Yeah. Oh, it's standalone right now, even. Because, yeah, we figured out the multiplayer thing. Multiplayer should work. And so we have a base character, but we won't be using the base character, even though the base character is an advanced locomotion character. We'll be using the base character and stuff like and other things. Let me see here. So yeah, when we hit play, when we hit tab, we want to start game. So it's not ready up. It is actually start game. And it's green now. So I think that one is working. So if we go back into our, we had our UI menus. We had our instructions. Main menu. Yeah, set to that. So it should be ready up, right? So if we go to, was it the game mode? Systems. And we change this to not, host cannot ready up, or cannot force launch. We hit play. It says waiting. So we got that working. Settings doesn't change. Prop hunt. But this should be changing. We should be populating a player list. Even if we're just like a solo player. It should be showing how many players. So if we hit play and we start game, it should bring us to our prop hunt match.
Pew!
Waiting for one more player. That works fine. Woodland test. So if we go to content, infected, gameplay level, he's probably going to have a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, clear. Office environment. It's good. Yeah, that's good. So, we go to our content, finding home, levels, play levels. We have this woodlands, but we're going to call this actually shipping test. And now we change it to shipping test. We're going to have to change our maps and stuff like that. That's still saving up there. So, the reason why we're doing the shipping test is we open the test map. Well, it took a long time to save. Yeah, I'm going to keep it shipping test. Because there's crates and stuff. I'm going to turn this into our first level. It's going to be a shipping yard. And, game played shipping test. So we go to content. Or we're going to go to Windows. We're going to content browser, browser 2. Infected maps. Gameplay level. We are going to go to finding home, levels, gameplay. And we're going to drag the gameplay level down here, copy here, F2, and call it office test. Shipping test and office test. Now both shipping test and office test, we want to be able to change the game play modes on. So we want to be able to do the infected mode in the shipping map, and we want to be able to do the prop temp mode also in the office map. It won't technically kind of work right now because the office map won't have any prop hunt style items. Like, these items are most likely oh, these are just static meshes. Static. Maybe yeah, I think he has it. So if you like look at a specific static mesh and that mesh is a part of the item list that it's possible to become, then you can become that static mesh, which is interesting. So we just need to add more stuff to the list. So we have our office test and our shipping test. So we want to go to our data tables, maps. So we need to do shipping example and shipping test, shipping test, shipping example, and this is shipping. That's how it's spelled. Why does shipping look weird now? You ever have that where you're like pretty sure word's right, but for some reason it just doesn't look right, and you like look it up and you're like, no, that's spelled right. Shipping, yeah. Game modes. I don't know what game mode is there, to be honest. I think he had it set so there's just like one game mode. But we'll probably make game modes an array. Or just take game mode out, because the game mode would be hosted in the game mode. So office test. This is an office example. Oh. Shipping yard has lots of market items. Stage in shipping containers. Sure. We'll have those placeholders in there. Office map looks like offices in a building. This is example map. Place folder. We'll do school, I guess. There's a shipyard placeholder. I feel like we should be using the shipyard placeholder and the shipyard loading screen, and then we could do the school loading. The mall or the schoolyard. Both don't really work, eh? And we should do this for both actually. Just copy and paste. Infected. Copy and paste the actual level in, just to make sure there's no spelling typo. So save this. So now we have different maps, and data tables, game modes. Prop hunt. Prop hunt. Game mode is prop hunt. And then we have map, and we call it shipping test. And office test. Like, this is more just for visual. Representation. And so, like I said, I think we'll be getting whatever game map is selected here. That's the map. And this is the available settings. Prop hunt. Beach balls. Time to catch. 60, 120, 180. And time to catch. We'll see. What are the regular pump modes? Noise, indicator, delay, 20, 15, 10. So, warning, sound, yes, no, do tool tips as well, and dancing. Cool. Savvy. Okay. There we go. Save that, and we will add game mode. Infected. Description or name. Infected. Description. One player is infected, tries to infect player. If players survive, they win. Maps. We should be able to just, again, shift right click, and we go here and shift left click, and we're going to go to here for our game modes. We're going to shift right click, here, we're going to shift left click, but this time we do heads, rolling, and options here. Yeah, that's fine. Time to catch is fine. Indicated below. Say like zombie speed. Advantage. Then in options, and we'll switch this up to like 45 and 100, and we'll switch this one here to like ammo. Yes, no. Pick ups. many, some, and none. These are just, again, templates. This is template stuff. And there we go. Go back to our levels, our lobby level. Hit play. Hit tab. We got our prop hunt. Woodlands map. Doesn't make any sense. Infected. Yes. No. Go. How many? Some. There we go. Go back to our prop hunt. Beach balls. So we got those going. Our map though. Our map options off. We hit back. Our map options still off. Ooh, let's go to infected and hit back. Infected, that updates our map still off, and our players are still off. And we're gonna close and see if there's any errors actually. So we're gonna just hit tab and we're just gonna exit out. No errors. No errors at all. Interesting. Alright. So we are gonna hit tab. We are going to go to the affected mode. Can't change my map sadly, because that's not working, but infected. And we're going to start and see what happens. Crash. Travel failure. Alright. That's it. And so again, we have to kind of figure out where things are going wrong. Player text count. Update player text count. There's no... I wonder if he was setting this in his HUD somewhere. For connected players. So these are two methods. We got update here. We get the player connected. We get the connected players. We clear the player list, and we add the players to the player list. Player list is just in the scroll box. We're adding this to the scroll box. And then after that, we're doing update player count. We update the count there. Oh, and that's the that's never gonna set, because this is set in here. Okay. So in this here, oh, sorry. Are we all ever calling that our event graph? So again, I'm now calling our own setup lobby widgets, which is setting the init button. This is where this color change is happening. I don't think I want to actually change the button like this. So let's like just skip this for now. So it just uses our buttons, no matter what the thing is. We can change our buttons later. Pressed image, hovered, and old. And this is a style. We don't want to change the style of the button either, I don't think. So we'll slide that down. So we're just changing the text of the button. Compile and save. But yeah, so we are now setting up our ready button manually because it wasn't getting called for some reason, at least the initial update. And we can do the same with the player list. So it's actually called lobby player list. Yeah, lobby player list. So we could grab this and do update widget. Is that what it's? Connected players though. So we wouldn't be updating it here. We need the connected players in the most recent list of connected players. And that's where we're going to be updating it. So I think that would probably be the game state or the lobby over here. Base game mode. No. Infected prop hunt. Okay. Yeah, event. So when we get a new player, it's just do an add to all PCs. So at some point, and then add to PCs. So at some point, we must be getting the player controller in the game state. close a couple of these here. Make things a little bit cleaner. Can play. Update lobby. Update connected players. Construction. Event graph. So. Do I need to get the HUD here? The game state? Connected players info. Structure. Is host ready status? It's just like is ready and user profile stuff. Alright. Toggle ready status. Ready status stuff. That's it. So like seems like it would have to be fired in here if I wanted to manually fire the update. Well, let's see. Update lobby, connected players. For player array. Let's find this, make sure it's being set. It actually just has player array. Let's go to the event graph and just try to check out player array. Yeah, so the game state has the array of players, I guess, just naturally. And it's going to check out the player array, and it's going to cast it to our player states. We can update server name. And if I was to get the HUD, does the player state have the HUD? No. But each player has their own HUD, in a sense. So get player controller self. If I made a function here that took in update player HUD or lobby, update connected player, good players HUD, and this took, what is this? Connected players array. So I don't need connected players, do I? Just need players. Get everyone's connected info. This info connects whether or not they are the host ready or in their player ID. We actually have the game state right here. So are you using this? Find references. Update lobby. Interesting. So we have this update player's HUD. We can get this and get players. Yeah, what is this menu taking? If we go to this, it's supposed to be taking connected players. F connected player type. FH connected player type. So if I go here, connected info ref. What is this connected player type again? Structures. Yeah, something. Connected players. Local connected players. Why did I name info? I should have not named it that. Should just put it connected players. So I'm setting local connected players. So info. Connected players. Oops. Connected. Connection info. This is this here. So I want to rename this connected players connection info. So this is actually in the base game state, I'm guessing. Yeah, connected player. I'm just gonna do connected player ref and rechange all those. Hopefully compile and save. So I know it's just a connected players reference. Jeez, that's confusing. Connected player reference here. And so in the player state we need to get a reference to the HUD menu. Oh. Just make sure we don't have it in the begin play. No, we don't. No, we don't. So we need to add it to our monitor. Get HUD. No, we're gonna need to add it to our macro library. game state, player state, player state. And we should be able to have HUD in one of these others. Player mode. Yeah, we got get lobby HUD here. So we'll just copy this guy. Control C. And we'll make a new one. Add macro. Control E. Control V. Control V. There we go. And here we will do interesting. Get player controller self. Right, because it's a HUD. Right. So that might be the case. We do float, and we're still gonna do it actually. Player controller. This is timeout. This is player controller. And we're going to do exe space and 1 2 1 2 3, and we're gonna grab this, bring it up, grab this, bring it up. Player controller will go here, here, and this will be, click on this, valid, failed, lobby, ref, HUD. I'm gonna do FH HUD. And we'll connect that. And we still need to do this over here. It will connect that there. If it fails, we'll do loop. Save. Close. Close. We do get HUD. Lobby. What? Darn. Up. Get lobby HUD. Save. Get lobby HUD. There we go. Player controller. We'll get player controller. And again, we'll go to the event graph. Copy this actually. We'll go back to the event here. Paste that. Get player controller. Target is player state. I'll pop that in there. We'll say 10. We will promote this to a variable if we can. Yeah, no error. So we'll close that. Close that. Okay, there. And we'll say print string. No HUD. And so now we have the HUD reference and the game state reference, and with those both references we should be able to go into this and then get this and do update update player list is in the player list. Do we have something in here that allows us to update the player list? I do not see it. Switch map, switch that. Launch, ready. No. So we might have to go HUD and do menu, lobby, menu ref, and from lobby menu ref, we gotta get the lobby player list. For the lobby player list, we could do update player list, update widget. If we do, is it update widget? Update widget, yeah. So we do update widget, and it's going to take a connected player list. So this will force the update widget. It's very long way of doing that. It's our replicated game state. For the player controller. So now we got to know when we're doing this update connected player. On a init, we could do it. And game states, let's see if there's nothing really going on in the game state. This is just updating the game state stuff. Save. Game mode, when somebody leaves, do we do any more in the game mode? Player controller, game state, we get the game state, player controller, and stuff. So we go back to the main game mode. We're getting the lobby game state as well. We could also do the update here. Oh. Shouldn't the game state be updating connected players? So game state, update the connected players. Update lobby, which updates the connected players. Does this have the player state? We could end up doing something like this again. Duplicate. And we could do something like cast to lobby player state here. And we could do update update connected players HUD. With the, because they have a new connected players ref. And then on completion, return. We could break this. So every single time we update the connected player in the game state lobby, it will update the player list. As well is, so this updates the lobby. So we go back to our game mode, or sorry, base game mode. We handle the connection players. All we're doing is all. We go to our game mode. Slide this back. We have our game state reference. We're gonna get this and update server name, update launch player list, update lobby, I believe. Yeah, game state update lobby, which updates the connected players, which updates the player list on all of them. So we go back to here. So when a player logs in, it's going to update the player list manually, and so we know that it's working. Let's throw this. We could back this up. And we are also going to put this when player swaps controller. Really? On event swap controller. No. Maybe not. Just if a new login. Event post logout. Handle player disconnect. Update lobby. So it does update the lobby on a logout. So that's good. So we want to update the lobby on a login as well. So with that in mind, let's hit play. Start game is now like that. So that worked. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello? Passed. So we'll clear and try that again. It's there. It's so weird. So it's clearly being found. Okay. Clearly being found, but doesn't like it on post login. Let's see how this goes. It's gonna be the same thing. Access none will try to get reference HUD. It's gonna be the same thing. We're gonna print our HUD and it's gonna be there. It's gonna exist. Ooh, right. Some of these things fire off more than once. We could do the event graph on here. We do actually get valid get. Update lobby. And if it fails, we're still gonna skip forward to this. go. Just want to tidy this guy up a bit. And that's the same with this guy. I'm not even going to check that. I'm like 99.9 million% sure that's actually working. So what we will do, this is the player controller, we'll do the double. The double. So we'll get the valid get here. If it's valid, we will go to the get validate here. And if that's valid, we will fire this off. If they're both not valid, then we just won't do nothing. We could say not valid. HUD not valid. Print string. Game state not valid. Save. That's already compiled, so we will play. Game state not valid. Game state not valid. No HUD not valid though. We're still not getting our number change. Oh, that's done over there. So this is just, yeah, what I'm doing here. Just making sure this is all working. We're going to be working with this menu. I have to do like a lobby HUD and everything, like he has. And follow everything exact so I didn't screw anything up. I try to change some things just to make it cleaner. I didn't really want a HUD thing where there's this annoying stuff on the top and the bottom. But the HUD doesn't really affect anything. I'm not too sure what I'm missing. But we could go back to this for a second here and close this. Oh, wait, do I get any errors when I close that? No errors at all. No. This is a whole blueprint. So world partitions is 40 kilometers by 40 kilometers, it looks like, maybe. That's it, this zoomed out. So let's make a new folder, call it light weight managers. If we go to this game for a second, we just look at, I don't know, our static meshes maybe. I don't really have much. Our materials, we have like a lot of things here, and the way this is organized, so we're gonna go Windows, 3, materials. So I got this kind of view of what things should be. I'm gonna drag it off to the right, so I know kind of what they are like. We're gonna go back here, and we're gonna make a folder, call it architecture. I don't even think we need this folder yet. Let's do blueprint class light weight manager static mesh manager lightweight instant manager. Do I need to so I have to have a manager for, let's say if you have like doors, right? You have doors and you could change the doors. But this is a blueprint. Shed blueprint. Shed blueprint has a bunch of mesh components to it. I can tell by the tire that my material, my memory is gone, so everything's like low quality as crap right now. And what it is this is just multiple different static meshes. Would I be picking up the skid? Or would the player be picking up the skid? No. It's literally just for like looks. Pile in the shed. I don't even think I did anything to this shit. I can just open it up. I'm done with these trees. What we could do here, we could go to tools, merge actors, just a bunch of static mesh components and palettes and stuff. Merge actors. We got assets where. We're gonna go to binding home. Static meshes. So we go here. We got static. So looking at this here, we got static meshes. And we're just going to be architecture again. Whoops. So we are going to go here. New folder. Arc. Texture. Texture. Spelled that right. And we're new folder. Complete buildings. This is shed 5. In this case, we'll just call it shed. Well, shed 4-1. We'll actually call it shed 5. It says shed 10, but it says shed 5. If 2 should do shed 5 light weight manager. If this is the case, lightweight managers, we are going to need a folder arc texture. I probably spelled that wrong. Home. And we're gonna do complete buildings. And we're gonna move this here. So go static meshes, architecture, complete buildings. And that has the same kind of naming convention. So we got shed 5, shed 5. You go to representative class. Um, shed 5. There's no 2? Odd. And the static mesh would be shed 5. No. Did I not have something saved there? I think I had everything saved. Trying to think of what the why it would have been working. So 10 should 5. Is it gonna crash again? No. Let's go to our contents, MLB, blueprints, data, available gameplay maps, add. We'll go to our, we'll do that right now. Data table, our maps, and our game modes. There we go. And now I want to also go to LP, blueprints, data, game modes. Right, and what? Oh, our game modes was already up. Oops. I don't know what to do it. I want to do that, right? Maps, maps. So, kind of want to copy and control paste, and we'll set that as shipping test. And we'll add another one. Copy. Oh, no. Copy. Office test. All right. And save. And we will close this and close this. Now we just got the game modes. We will Control C, add, Control V, crop, hunt, and we will Control C, add, Control V, infected, save. So close those. This is up now. What? Was I here before? Outliner. I want player start. There we go. Okay. Okay. Well, so if we go here, we go to tools, select or actor, convert to lightweight instance. Details. Active. Where'd it go? Control Z. Control Z. Wait, manager. Says I have one in there. So if I go to static meshes, no. If I just Control Z, Control Z, it's not coming back. Let's this is a problem sometimes with the Unreal stuff. I want to go third person maps. I want to go to finding home. Oh, yeah, levels. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use the default lobby guy. So I brought him back in and make sure I got everything working with the maps on that. Because it's been taking me a bit and I want to get things migrated over. So once I finish with this guy here, once I finish with the atmospheric house, I'm just gonna probably migrate stuff over. Try to think of what I can kill to clean things up. Should be able to kill prop hunt and infected once I get everything changed, everything tested and working. But I might keep MBLS for a while. That sucks. I was just kind of hoping that it would just work. I think everything else is just kind of working. I think it's just the menu. I hope. Well, let's see. We go to game setting. Shouldn't really go to like this stuff. Seems like it's working. Just not doing the maps for some reason, and the player list. And there's somewhere where I'm setting the game mode to prop hunt mode. Be in here. Yeah, like on switch map or on switch game mode. Sets current game mode with notify. Game mode on reference. For the player controller, update game mode. This is not with a notify, so my game mode won't update. Let's go to our finding home, systems, game instance. Just in here, variables, we don't have any methods. set current game mode, and we're going to do set current game map. And what does that do? This puts in a name. So each of them are going to have a name. And this is going to be game mode. And this is going to be game map. Switch. If is equal to prop hunt, and we could set like a variable for this. Prop hunt, kind of like that. And do a branch. We could do alt drag, oh, I don't think this is needed. I think this is kind of what we gotta do for now. This is like a kind of cheater fix. If it's equal to prop hunt, set it to prop hunt, else we could alt and set it to infected. And then we could do pretty much the same with this. see. Trophy. But instead of prop hunt, we do shipping tests, I guess. And it's the map one that we want 2 of. We gotta change that enum. So finding home. Oh, that's good to go now. Game modes, that's fine. Game mats. It's shipping yard and office. Let me try like something like that. If it's not the office test, it's the shipping test. We'll do it the other way. It should default to shipping test. And this one. Delete this, and we'll call this shipping test, and we'll promote to variable shipping test, and then that's going to fill that in. Okay, it's 11 o'clock, but I wanted to see if I got that barn working. There we go. Shed 9. Oh, because was it over here? Is it still invisible then? Should be visible. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was here, right here. And there's no shed 10 anymore. So it was kind of dead. If I click this guy here, yeah, shed 10 is gone. Shed 5. If I go to where this location is, and I throw this guy in here. And actor, convert. Why is it disappearing? If I go back to lightweight manager, it should have this. I'll double check this. But I'm definitely gonna call it a night, guys. I didn't really have too much luck tonight. Sorry about that, guys. But hopefully I have a bunch of stuff fixed or working for you guys come next week. I really want to get things working. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream and seeing kind of what I'm up to. And like I said, hopefully get some things going for you guys. And we will see you next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a good one.